I have never bought chicken feet before, but after doing a bit of research, I thought I would try it with my dogs. So some of the benefits for giving your dogs chicken feet are it's really good for joint health, and it also works as a natural toothbrush, so it helps clean their teeth. I'm going to be really super surprised if Dash likes it, as he never likes to try anything new. So if he does like it, I'm going to be buying it more often, and it's really inexpensive. So when it's on special, it's about 80 cents a kilo, and I bought 3 kilos, so let's see how they go. Even if Dash doesn't like it or Kitana doesn't like it, I know Letty and Melina will eat it because they eat everything. So if they do like it, we might buy it more often as treats, and we'll see how it goes. One for Darcy, you want to try it? One for Melina. One for Letty. They seem to like it. Miss Kitana, you want to try it? Yeah, I'll leave it for you to eat, okay? You're going to sleep with your chicken feet. So how was school today?
Good.
Good? You ready to go home?
Yeah.
So Matthew, Jacob, Isaac and I are about to leave to go to the doctor's office. Isaac needs to get a blood test done. There's actually 9 tests altogether he needs to do, and I think 1 or 2 of them are a urine test. So I also need to get a urine sample off Isaac. Hopefully this isn't traumatizing, because 7 or 8 of them are blood tests, so they're going to have to take a lot of blood, and hopefully it's not too traumatizing for Isaac. So we're just about to leave now. Isaac!
Sorry, sweetie. Well done.
So we are back from the doctor's office. The blood collector got enough blood for most of the tests. There was one test she wasn't 100% sure what she needed, like the tubes and all that, which was the chromosome test. So she asked me to find out during the week, as Isaac's pediatrician's only open from Monday to Friday, to get clarification for the chromosome test. But other than that, she got most of the blood that she needed. There was 1 or 2 other tests that she couldn't get enough blood for. So she said when I come back to do the chromosome test, just do the blood test for that one as well. And also for the urine sample, she gave me the yellow container to take home with me to collect the urine sample, and when I come back to do the other test, then just give the urine sample then. You have fun at your school friend's party?
Yep.
Look at the hail, Jacob.
Look at these ones, Jakes.
Hey, look at these ones.
Shake. Shake. Dash, shake. Letty, shake. Oh, Dash.
Letty.
Good girl. Shake. Melina, shake. Letty. Leanies.
So now Isaac Isaac and I are on our way to get Isaac's second blood test done. So we are back home after Isaac's blood test, and this was probably one of the worst blood test experiences ever. I wouldn't be surprised if the lab calls me back to ask for another blood sample. So I'll tell you what happened. So when we got there, we took a number and waited like everyone else until it was our turn. When we got inside to see the blood collector, we found out she wasn't even qualified to do a baby blood test. And she told me to come another day. And I told her I needed to urgently get it done. I've got work over the next few days and I cannot come in to get his blood test done. I've already done half of it on Saturday and I needed to get the rest of it done today. So she said that she'll have to find out if one of the doctors is available to do it. So luckily there was a doctor available to do the blood test, and when she came in she was busy playing with Isaac for almost 5 minutes. And then they were going over the paperwork to see what they needed for the blood test, and I gave her the pediatrician's number just in case they needed to clarify what they needed for the chromosome test. And apparently they didn't need to call at all and they knew what they needed. And she started looking for veins on his arms to get a blood test, and I told him how they did it last time by pricking his foot to get the blood test done, and that's what she eventually did after I mentioned it when she was looking for veins on Isaac's arm. So anyways, they started trying to prick his foot and she couldn't get the lancet to work, the blood collector or the doctor. So they started pricking foam cups. About 3 or 4 of them they wasted because they couldn't tell if it was pricking the cup or not. It's not like the cup is going to bleed that you're going to be able to know if you made a tiny little hole or not. So anyways, after the 5th attempt, they decided to try it on baby Isaac's foot again, and it worked. And she was telling me while she was pricking the cup, if she couldn't get the lancet to work, she would have to send me somewhere else to get the blood test done. So as the doctor was collecting the blood, she was using cotton wool balls out of a drawer. It wasn't even sterile or anything, and she was wiping the blood as she was collecting it. So there was more blood on all the cotton wool balls than actually in the tube. And she was collecting barely the minimum. There was a line that they needed to get and there was a maximum minimum, and she was underneath that and she said that was enough blood. Let alone there was blood everywhere else on the paper towels. The cotton wool balls seemed to have more blood than in the tube. And on top of that, she got blood on my tracksuit pants that were grey. So it looked like I could have even had my period or something, and I've just gotten blood all over myself too. So on top of that, she was lifting up baby Isaac's foot to collect the blood. The whole time she had his foot up in the air, and with gravity, obviously you wonder why you're not getting as much blood as you want. And I asked her if she wanted me to stand up for gravity wise to help with the blood collection, and I tried to stand up and she started yelling at me to sit down, like in a really rude way. So on top of that, the worst thing was all the blood that she collected, she was using unsterile things to pop bubbles in it to make the blood go down. So she's pretty much contaminated all the blood. So I will not be surprised if I do get a call from the lab asking me to come back for a 3rd time for a blood collection. So overall, this was probably one of the worst blood test experiences ever. I got yelled at. I got blood all over my pants that I have to come home to get changed before I can go to the shops. And also, I don't even know if this blood test is even going to get accepted because I watched her contaminate the blood. How was your gymnastics?
Good.
Good? Are you excited next week to do it again?
Yeah. But I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, you got so many more classes every Monday.
Huh?
Yeah.
So I thought Monday I had to do it.
Yeah, until your classes finish. I think you have another 4 or 5 classes.
I'm not yet full phone.
So it's about 6 a.m. and I'm about to drop the kids off to the babysitters and then I'm going to work. I can't believe it's been 9 months since I've last went to work and it's gone by so quick. So I'm back to work from today. So I just dropped the kids off at the babysitter's house and now I'm on my way to work. Isaac hasn't been away from me except one night when he spent the night at my mum's house, and I'm kind of used to Jacob going to school every day, but doesn't make it any easier not having both my kids with me. If Jacob was at school, at least I had Isaac with me, so it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. My eyes are a little bit watery. I'm going to miss my kids so much. But anyways, I have to go to work now. So it's about 3:30 and I've just finished my first day back at work and I've been missing my kids all day, so I'm gonna go pick them up from the babysitter's house now. Did you have fun at your babysitter's house?
Yeah.
Are you excited to come back tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, do you want to hop into your car seat?
Bye-bye.
So yesterday while I was at work, I got a call from the lab where Isaac's blood is getting tested that they need another sample of blood from Isaac. Am I surprised? No. So this is round 3 of Isaac's blood test. Hopefully this time they can do their job properly and get it right. So long story short, we waited 10-15 minutes. No one was waiting there before us and no one was in the room at all for the blood collection. So about 10-15 minutes later, we found out it was the same blood collector that was working there on Monday. So she was not qualified to do baby Isaac's blood test at all. And the doctor that did the blood test on Monday, she gave me the biggest dirty look and walked off when I saw her in the hallway while I was waiting. And then the blood collector went up to the same doctor and asked if she could do the blood test again today, and she said no, she's too busy. So she refused to do it and she told the blood collector to tell me to go somewhere else to do it. So now we're at the other place to get baby Isaac's blood drawn. Hopefully we get a better experience here because I'm never going back there to get blood drawn, even from myself or anyone else. I'm never going back there at all. Let's go, baby Isaac. You ready to get some more blood taken? Hopefully we have a better experience here, baby. Okay, let's go. So we are finished with baby Isaac's blood test. Everything went well. The lady that was collecting his blood did an amazing job. Isaac did cry a little bit, but she tried to give him a glove and other things just to keep him busy while she was collecting the blood. And I was telling her about my experience at the other place, and I said, thank you for doing such a great job. If I knew about this place, I would have just come here because it was not worth the 3 trips going there. So I'm so glad everything's done, and she said it should probably take about 3 to 4 days. So hopefully next week I should get his results. I am definitely going to make a complaint about the other place. I was not happy with everything. They were not professional. They were very rude. The doctor actually yelling at me. The blood collector telling me I'm being difficult when she's actually the one that was being difficult. And at one point she actually implied that Isaac is dumb because she was asking me if Isaac was walking, and if he was walking they could have just drawn blood from his veins, because once they start walking they don't prick the foot anymore to collect blood. And I said no, he's only about 8.5 months old. And she's like, I know heaps of babies that walk at 8 to 8.5 months old, making it sound like Isaac's really stupid for not walking at that age. So anyways, what he's done is done. I can't do anything about it, so it's time to go home. But before I got into the car, I actually stopped off at a little pet supply shop that was in the complex, and I found these treats. So they're little rawhide bone treat kind of things for the dogs. So I got some of those, and I got 4 of these, which are beef tenders for the dogs. So I got 4 of them, so 1 each for him. So I'm gonna give him a little treat when I get home. Ready? Shake. Good girl. Here you go. Shake. Good girl. Darcy. I didn't even ask you yet. I didn't even ask you yet. Darcy, speak. Here you go, baby. Good boy. Tina, sit. Good girl. Tina, shake. Good girl. Here you go, baby girl. One of baby Isaac's favorite fruit is mango. If it's got mango in the baby foods, he usually eats it, and if it doesn't, he doesn't really like to eat it, or he only eats half as much. So I got some mangoes from my mum's tree, and these are organic mangoes, and I made some baby puree for him to mix in his baby rice cereals, and baby Isaac loves it. So while I was making the mango puree, baby Isaac had some mango in his food safety net. I think baby Isaac's nice and clean. He doesn't need to have a bath.
Yes, he does, crazy.
He's clean.
No, and the answer, your answer is wrong, and my answer is correct.
No, I think he's super clean.
No, he...
So this is what the old lattice looked like, and that's why we had to change it. We haven't changed it in about 6 months when Kitana had her puppies, and I think they were about 6 or 7 weeks old. We were trying to wean her puppies off from her so she wasn't feeding them all the time, and they were just relying on the solids and the water as well that they were eating. And Miss Kitana was not happy. She destroyed the lattice just to get to her puppies. So now I think it's time for us to change it. So that's what Matthew was doing. He took off the old one and he put a new one on. So this is what the new one looks like that Matthew replaced today, and he's also going to change the other 2 as well. He just needs to go to Bunnings to get something, and then he's going to come back and fix this one as well. And this is where Letty and Melina went through the metal sheets. They didn't hurt themselves or anything, but they did get a bit of a scare. So Matthew's going to be putting the same metal sheets back up and just putting the wood on the bottom, just so it can be all back in place like how it should be. So hopefully they don't destroy any of it again, because it's a pain in the butt to replace and fix. So Matthew changed all the lattice. This used to have a sheet metal on it, but we couldn't get it back on, so we thought we'd just change it with the lattice, and it looks so much better with all of it being the same. So he also changed this one and these 2. How much better does it look now? How sweet is Matthew bringing us some Starbucks? And Matthew's giant coffee. What'd you get? Coffee. The cappuccino and my choc chip frappuccino. Time to go to the dog park.
Up.